Hello, 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 my darlings. How are you? It's Monday. I think it's November 6th, 2023. I hope you had a great weekend. You know, Georgianne always has a great weekend. Not always at the same level, but just nice. I mean, it's nice. It was awesome this weekend for me. You know, it started on Friday with the podcast. Thank you, Bridget. OMG. She sent the whole podcast to me, and I put it on, well, it's on YouTube. And I put some of it on my community page on YouTube. And so please look at it. And she talks about beautiful Atlanta and how beautiful we are here. And she just did so much to promote Georgianne, my 7 sites, my daughter's book, Five Prayers, Evelyn Sanders, Evelyn, to talk about everything we've done. She loves Atlanta. She's from Chicago. I'm from Gary, almost homegirl. Anyway, it was just nice. Friday was nice, but Saturday was even better. Oh, that Mrs. Eunice Glover, NPUI chair. Woo, woo. She is just fabulous. MPUI is all that and some more chips. Yes, it is. And she gave out awards, and I was the keynote speaker. It was just wonderful to speak to everyone. I love being MPU chair when I was chair of MPUS. I love working with APAB. When I was Atlanta Planning Units, I loved all that. Because it's a giving thing. I like to give. I told you I found my purpose. Do you know yours? Mine is Indigo Elder, and I give. We share, we make sure that you get what you need. And I don't know, I'm just glad. I'm glad to have this forum here so we could talk about helping out. And I was so glad to hear other people talk about how they watch. But let me just go back to MPU. So anyway, the event was at a place called The Bank. Very, very, very unique. Because that used to be Bankhead Highway. She named it The Bank, the woman who owns the facility. It's the old Palladium Club where Deltas used to have this sometimes. Back in the day, Deltas and Potato Store, the Incorporated. We used to have our fashion shows there at the Palladium Club. Yeah, I think that's correct. You can correct me. You can write in the bottom as you subscribe, as you write comments, as you subscribe. Did we do that? I believe we did. Over at Bankhead in 285. But now it's my church member, former church member, the late Donald Hollowell. That's the name of the street now. Awesome attorney. And it's called The Bank. So it takes in two entities. The Bank, meaning used to be Bankhead Highway. But inside, OMG, for real. She had the door that you go through to the ballroom. It's like a vault. Like you're opening a vault and then you go through. Fabulous. I don't know who you are. Genius. Anyway, we had our event on the other side, a little small intimate place. Oh my goodness. It would have been so nice to be there with somebody. It was cute. You can snuggle. Listen, he can slide his hips next to mine like that gentleman did down there at Baltimore Seafood next to his lady. I just think that's so sexy to me, to sit on the same side. Okay, I'm digressing. I guess these are all things I miss, all things I want, all things I wish for. Nevertheless, hi, Upper. How you doing, hair under there? Um, so anyway, it was really, really nice. I didn't stay for the food. You know, sometimes you have stuff just doesn't work all the time. So sometimes food in the morning doesn't work for me. Sometimes food in the evening doesn't work for me. But since the colon cancer surgeries were successful, I'll take whatever I have. But, as I talk about going out, I don't know how I'm going to go out with people the way my stomach acts. I guess I'll go for the camaraderie. I just sit there, try to look good, and just be good company, and have good company. And then I have to bring the food home because it's hard for me to eat out. But I like going. Now I will go when I'm with my daughter. It's easier because she knows how long I can stay out. What happens with my body? I started looking crazy. She got me back home. You see, but everybody, I don't have that person to do that. I don't even know if the person will be willing to do that. I can do it for myself. So that's why Georgianne takes Georgianne where Georgianne needs to go, because Georgianne knows when Georgianne needs to come home. Hello. Okay. All right, that's enough craziness, girl. Anyway, super aging, 65 and older. I try to do, I try to tell you to do, how do I have it now? Don't do as I do as I say do. It's the mama, the teacher, the all that in me. And we talk about super aging, right? Super aging, getting old without getting older. But listen, 65-year-olds, you are the baby boomers. And they made an announcement, or they announced it like, baby boomers are living longer. That's a big announcement. Yes. Yes. Thank you, baby boomers. We thank you for living longer, because that gives me an opportunity to help you enjoy those 30 years at least that you have. You have 30 years. What are you doing with those 30 years? What are you going to do with them? You can't sit around and wait every day. If you want to sit around and wait to die, don't worry. You're going to get up out of here. The good thing about all this is you're going to leave this earth. And knowing it, that's what I mean. The knowing it is a good thing. So you got to be surprised. You got to say, but you need to be doing something between on the dash. The day you born, the day you leave, that's a dash. What are you doing on the dash? What's your place on the dash? What are you doing on the dash? Are you with the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Are you with that person? All right. Like this, my last quarter. I want my last quarter to be with, I could take me by myself. I'm good by myself. Okay. But if I had somebody, I want them to want my last quarter to be a great last quarter. And wanting my last quarter to be a great last quarter, we would want our last quarter to be a great last quarter. But you might be in your third quarter. I'm in my fourth quarter. You see, but that doesn't mean your third quarter is going to last forever. Does it? People dying every day, every age. But I ask that since this is my last quarter, then maybe I'm selfish because I'm concentrating on I wanted my last quarter to be my best quarter, because I think every day is a new day. I do have a song like that. And that that the best is yet to come. That's a good attitude to have, 65 and older. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. That's why you get up, put on stuff. Like I like all this today. I almost have get up going on. I do have get up going on because I got all this going on. And then I got this under here. This was enough, but I wanted a get up. So I'm saying to you that the best is yet to come. I need you to get that. And you get up in the morning, praise God, do your meditations, read your Bible, Torah, the Muslim, I forget, I just went blank. I was trying, because I think they already do that. So I better not be trying to tell somebody else what to do, but the Quran. But I just think you need to, I want you to get up in the morning and say, this is the best day. This is going to be my best day. Every day is a good day, but this is my best day. You got to get up with better, best, and best. Or best, best, and best. You got to get up with the understanding that the best is yet to come. What you had back then, that was yesterday. So, and you don't know about tomorrow. You can go out here. There are people who left for work. They're not going to get home today, unfortunately. There's some people who run to the store. They're not going to get back from the store. I did that once. I ran out. It took 3 days to get back. I was in Grady in a car wreck. You don't know. You don't know. So every minute is a prayerful minute, and every minute. I think about the people who are not with the people they should be with because they're thinking too much about it. And before you know it, time has gone by, and the person's gone on in your life, out of your life. And you're thinking, wow, I let him or her get away. I'm not happy, but I let him or her get away. You let people get away. 65, you got to think about these next 30 years because you're leaving this earth. And what's going on the dash? The day you born, sunrise, sunset. What's going on in between there? What you doing in between there? What kind of super aging is going on? One of the things they talk about, and we talked about what they call in this, in these people who live to be 100, they call them the blue zones, the areas that the areas that they visited Let me make sure I got this right. Let me look at page 66. If you get this book on page 66, they're talking about the blue zones, and on page 67, you'll get the list yourself. I'm not going to repeat them anymore. But on page 68, they going on down the list for what you might need to do that they did, these people who lived to be 100. And we already talked about moving naturally. We already talked about having a purpose. Yes, and Friday we talked about downshifting, taking naps and calming down and working on being stress-free. But I'm going to go back to having a purpose, because I'm finding that people just don't know. They're just getting up, 65. Some 55s are doing this too. They're getting up, going to work, come back home. Getting up, going to work, come back home. Work, 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 trying to get everything done, getting the check, going out, doing a little this and that, come back home. Is that life? Maybe that is life for you. If that's life for you, okay. Are you enjoying doing that though? Is that your purpose? You're gonna do all this to make some other people rich. You're making them rich, and what are you doing to make your life have richness in it? It's not always money. It's a fulfillment. It's you get up with a smile. You get up every day. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. You can't wait to be challenged. You can't wait to see somebody or do something with somebody. You can't wait to have some joy. You see? So, are you just getting up, going to work, come home, getting up, going, before you know it, 55 is gone to 65. What have you accomplished? What have you done? When you look around, like, dang, it's time to retire. I put in 40 years with these people. And now I get my watch, then what? Then you come over here and hope Georgianne is still here trying to help you with having a purpose. See, when I looked in here, I found some more information about purpose, and it took me to accomplishment. Purpose and accomplishment. So I'm going to connect them. I'm going to connect purpose and accomplishment. And what have you accomplished today? What are your hopes? So let me see, why did I choose this? So accomplishment. But that's not what I want. I want purpose. But I put them together. I put them together because you might have a purpose of continuing your past employment. That could be a purpose. See, I moved the accomplishment and made them purpose in here. So I think, so I ask you, and I've asked you more than once, what did you do on the last job? And how can you turn that into a business for yourself? I mean, if it's one thing about it, you know what you're doing. And you can, like when I left Delta Airlines, there were people who wanted me to open, I had something called Thomas Broadcasting Company, but they wanted me to open a training, because I just finished training, and I can always say I trained for a Fortune 500, and I could start me a training center in 1996. I guess I didn't have enough sense, I didn't have anybody help me with it, or I didn't understand what I was doing, or just I was okay with it. So they went and put me on a job, which was crazy. I could have had I was independently paid though, because I did the ACRS for 911 for the city of Atlanta. I worked for TRW, independently contracted through them to help put the 911 system on Ponce de Leon when you all first went over there. You see, and so I didn't do anything else with it. But just think about people who are in the training department, people who got HR skills, customer service skills. Now I can do some customer service, and I know a whole lot of companies need to hire me. Ooh, baby. A whole lot of companies need to hire me. Like when people came out of my class at Delta Airlines, they still work at Delta because they were young. And they may be retiring now, because that was some time ago. But the people who came out of my class that I taught, you knew them because they were smooth. Customer service was what I know. I know how to teach that. I still know how to teach that. And leadership skills, I still know how to do that. You see. So what about the skills that I have that I got from my employment and my employer where I retired? How can I turn that into a business? How can I do something to help somebody else? That's a skill. You see? That's an accomplishment, because I did retire from Delta Airlines. I did that. I don't know. Rowing Allison is the only reason why I was able to do that, and God. And then, and so anyway, So you can use that idea. You retired. What did you learn from retirement? Maybe you can start helping people make the transition from retirement to everyday living. Maybe you can become a coach and help people with that. You see? I'm just looking at how we can connect you to a purpose that makes sense. So my purpose today, what I'm going to talk to you briefly about, because I'm making my video shorter now, is looking at your old job, looking where you retired from, preposition and all at the end, and taking it and turning it into, then moving it to accomplishment, purpose. You know how they have a purpose-driven life? You have a purpose. We all, I don't know if they came up with that. That was a good, sound good. But, you would sit here for a purpose. And I feel like I'm glad I found mine. I think I have it. Anyway, I feel good about it. And I feel good about being here. I'm glad I found the platform to even, to help more people. I didn't want to be a minister. I had a friend that said, we should start a church, Georgianne. He's my good friend. I love his wife, the late Roy Patterson. I said, boy, I ain't going to start no church. But he had the right idea. What he was saying was that we had so much, we need to share it. And he was really all about God now. It was all about Jesus. I know Roy Patterson, but Roy was for real. He had a heart for the Lord. And that's what I like about him as a good friend. And he helped my daughter and I and his children. And, it was just great. And his wife, Dr. Patterson at Spelman, I love her dearly, and their baby, and just wonderful. And so that thing has always been in the back of my head when you said that. But, God sent other people, like, I'm going to say something to somebody that's going to stay in the back of their head. Well, that stayed in the back of my head about the ministry thing. And then my daughter went into ministry. I said, that's not me, because all that they do, I'm not that. And I have a sip of Crown Royal over some ice cream. So, and I'll get me a bottle of wine in a minute and open it up. So I don't know, it's all that. I can't. But this part of this, I call a ministry, because I feel in my heart, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm not calling it a ministry. I'm just saying, this is how I feel. And other people are saying, it might be that, Georgianne. But I really started this talking about myself. It's supposed to be an autobiography of Georgianne. It has gone from Georgianne's antics, Georgianne life, Georgianne growing up. Because when I started out, I gave you all the way from Gary, Indiana, from birth to 2023. But when I got into 2023, it turned to so many things because people were asking for different information. And I felt overloaded. So I feel pretty good about where I've landed. I feel good about landing where I am now. And that is this aging process, how I got to where I am in my aging process. People say, oh, Georgianne, you look so good. You're so this, so that. I don't always feel well. That third cancer took me out. And I feel, I want to talk about being lonely with you all at 65 and older. If you don't have anybody, how you get through all of that. So all that you are going through, I've gotten through. Maybe, but I say most of it. And if I haven't gotten through, go get therapy. I know you all, now, in the Black community, we're not going to no therapists. But I think now the young people are. And or have a good friend. Do you have a friend that you can talk with? I got one. I got several. That doggone Anita K. Johnson. Elizabeth Young. If you think you a mess, because I used to talk to Elizabeth a lot, that Anita K. Johnson will make you just go somewhere and sit down. She will. But you got to have a friend that's just crazy enough to tell you crazy. Or just love you enough to say, I love you, don't do that. Because people who just want to be your friend, they'll just let you go ahead and fall in the mire. But some people don't want to be told straight up. Like I have a friend that needs to be told a lot, but I'm not saying anything. And so I guess I don't call myself a friend because it'll hurt her feelings right now. And I don't want to hurt her feelings. So maybe I'm still trying to be that friend, you see. But back to the purpose thing, just this I have gathered is my purpose. And I heard somebody tell me that this really helped them, the things that I say. That was all I needed. You don't get any money for doing this. And I certainly don't have enough subscribers. You all don't want me to get any money either. I can't have any ads because you won't subscribe. Won't help me get any. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay. My baby girl, my bonus great grandchild said, be grateful for the number one person who signed up to subscribe. And you know what? That's why I am. I'm grateful. I got 185 now. That's 185 people somewhere out there that said, okay, Georgianne, I support you. And I'm glad of that. And I have other friends who just listen every now and then, but I'm glad that you listen every now and then. You know, I'm grateful because I hope it's one word, just one word to get you thinking. One word to make you say, well, you know, I think I can do that. Or one get up will make you say, I think I go give me a get up. I call them get ups because you got all this stuff. See, the 65-year-old woman who's been in corporate America or who's been to work every day or been the secretary every day or something, you got more get ups than you know you have. You got, because think about all the scarves that some child gave you. Remember when scarves were all the rage? I went in there and said, let me just get something out of the scarf drawer. I got 3 or 4 scarf drawers. You know you do too. You know, am I lying? Men, go check your wives, your girlfriend, ask them how many scarves they have. Oh my God. And 60, if they're 65, they got a ton of them. What are they doing with them? Put them on your head, put them around your waist, tie them up, do something, or give them away to people who may need to have them or want them. Because you can wear scarves, African, just wrap it all up. Don't you like all this? I love it. You know, wrap it high. You got all kinds of things you can do with scarves. You can let somebody else have them. They'll show you. I just tied this little thing right here because I like this fabric on it. It's so pretty. But you know, it's been over in the drawer. Crazy. We got to do something about all this, 65. We got to get our purpose together. I'm going to stay on this purpose thing. We're on purpose today. We're going to be on purpose all week. What's the first thing I said? Was take it in mind, take it in consideration, what you did on your job. What did you do on your job? What did you do on that job? And what on that job, I'm sorry, I got noise going on here. What on that job that you were on, that now that you're retired, that you would like to see better? That you would like to see, if I had this much sense when I left Delta Airlines, child, I would have had a training department because that person still worked there. I would have pulled everybody out of public relations. I would have. And had my own training. And I would have brought back the first 3 black women that were in public relations and had that same person sitting there that was disruptive and can't even talk about it. I'm just saying, what would you like to change? Then start a business about that. Or, you know, maybe not call names out only because the second person I know that was there probably will stand up to it. But I do know that some people owe some people some apologies. Apologize. And the present president of Delta Airlines, if that's the one that did Black Lives Matter, he's the one. He's the one. He's the one steering the ship. And my hat's off to you, sir. When we're going to get a woman president, by the way, that's something to think about. Some good women, some smart women at Delta Airlines. It's time for a woman. Oh, wow. Maybe I was supposed to say that. It's time for a woman. Anyway, what is your purpose? What are you going to do about it? Where can you look? To the left, we ain't looking over there. To the left, to the right, up and down. What are you doing? God got something else for you to do. You got 30 more years. 30 more years. Richard Chapman, I salute you. That podcast was fabulous. I hope you all enjoyed. It's all about Atlanta, beautiful Atlanta. Go to my community page on YouTube and you'll see it. I thank all of you. I thank you so much. I thank this platform for allowing me to come on and try to help and give and encourage and hope that I could just take you into a better and great life for yourself. God wants you to have a good life, and so do I. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.